The Ladies' Home Journal and goes to sleep. You can tell she's uptight, anal retentive, aren't you, Rose?
No, I'm not, Tom.
It sounds that way to me.
I would be very careful, Tom. Insulting the audience is not wise.
Oh, here he goes.
Just not a wise...
Positive.
It's
here.
not... What was she done? She hadn't even been contentious with you. Here you are. Call her anal retentive.
She is anal retentive.
Rose, let me tell you something. In all candor, I'm very much impressed with your comments and your thoughts, and I'm glad that you called.
Thank you, Rose.
Really am.
Sounds like the woman for you, I'll tell you.
She sounds like a fine, upstanding... There's nothing I heard in this...
That's the problem.
Nothing I heard in there that would make her sound undesirable. And anyway, I'd have to see a picture first.
Two of you could sit home at night and read the Ladies' Home Journal together.
You never know if you start trying to imitate some of the things that are printed there, Tom, what fun you might be able to have. You never know where knitting can lead.
I know, I understand. That's right. We'll continue with Rush Limbaugh coming up 6:43.
Well, is that it? Just one call?
Well, we have to take a break here.
Oh, okay.
See, it's not like a network show where you can just tell the station, well, we're just going to take a couple of short breaks. They just jam all the commercials in. They don't run on your show. They jam them in on mine. That's how it works.
We don't miss one commercial on my program. That wouldn't work.
That's right. 1-800-ABCDEFG every 10 minutes. Yes, okay. 6:44, 16 before 7 o'clock. Tom Leykis at KFI AM 640. Here's Mike Nolan, KFI in the Sky. Good evening, Mike.
Across toward the 605, Mike Nolan, KFI in the Sky.
Look for nutritious Mahatma rice at your nearby Alpha Beta. Alpha Beta cuts the high cost of living with thousands of cost cutters every week. And with Alpha Beta's weekly specials and double coupons, you'll save even more on the name brands you use most. At Alpha Beta, you'll always find the best buys on Butcher's Pride meats, farm stand fresh produce, and fresh seafood, inspected by the U.S. Department of Commerce. For quality, selection, and low prices, shop at the all-new Alpha Beta, where the cost of living costs less.
It's time you thought about the security of your home. I mean, how much do you spend on your home? In Southern California? Several $100,000 just to buy a house, and then several tens of thousands of dollars to fill it with furniture and electronic equipment and all the goodies that make living so much fun, right? What would happen if somebody came in your house and stole your stuff? Or vandalized it? Or burned your house down? I mean, any of these things can happen. And they do happen here in Southern California. If you have an AT&T home security system, you don't have to think about it. I mean, frankly, you will be protected with state-of-the-art technology that's used by Fort Knox, the Pentagon, scores of Fortune 500 corporations, just like a system I have in my home that I've been talking about for so long. And right now, you can get that AT&T home security system for only $395 to be installed, plus a low monthly monitoring fee. It's only $395 to install the hardware. That's the deal. Call and get the details, 1-800-ADT-INFO. Again, 1-800-ADT-INFO. Tell them Tom Leykis of KFI told you to call. 7:13 now, before 7 o'clock. Tom Leykis, KFI AM 640. LA Orange County weather from KFI. Well, hazy early on tonight, then increasing low clouds and fog after midnight. Light winds, a little cooler. Lows in the 50s. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy, much cooler. Highs in the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, lows in the 50s. And for Thursday, partly cloudy, a little cooler. Highs in the lower 70s. Right now, LAX reporting partly cloudy skies, 65 degrees. Long Beach, clear and 70. El Toro, clear and 68. And Lancaster, which hasn't had a good time late at night in a long time, partly cloudy and 68 degrees. Here at KFI AM 640. Next Monday at 6 here on KFI, the Raiders give me a day off. They take on the Miami Dolphins, and they play on Monday Night Football. Play-by-play on KFI, brought to you by True Value Hardware at GTE. Raiders pregame coverage, thank God, starts at 3 p.m. here on KFI AM 640.
3 o'clock?
That's right. I get a Monday.
You have a 3-hour pregame show.
Oh, yeah.
For the Raiders.
3 hours.
Talk about contracts.
There you go. I didn't say any of that. I just want to put that on the record. I didn't say anything about that. It's a fine pregame show because I get Monday off. It's a 3-day weekend for me, and go Raiders. Anyway, we're here with Rush.
Going to take some more calls, or
yeah,
we're going to sit here and...
No, we'll take some more calls.
Take some more calls. You don't take enough calls when I'm here, Tom.
Oh, now people call you and give you a hard time about that. Now you're going to lay it on me. No, that's your problem. We take lots of calls when you're not here. I think it's because you're here we don't take a lot of calls. Because that's what you do in your own show. Sit there, take up all your time pontificating and updating everything, and then there's no time left.
Messages have to get out. Things have to be said.
No time left for the hoi polloi, the unwashed masses, the Usual chicken fried ditto heads who call in. You know what I'm saying?
Because we do 60-second caller day frequently now, just to get more callers on.
You do?
It's absolutely right.
Oh, you just do that to prove a point. You just do that to be difficult.
That's not true at all.
To show
I do it to be fair, to extend this national program to even more people.
Man, oh man, oh man. I wonder what's going to be like when you get over 300 affiliates, how accommodating and patronizing you're going to become.
Well, we're going to install an EIB listener comment line.
Oh, is that so?
When you dial, say, hi, you've reached the EIB listener comment line. If you're a Democrat, press D. If you're a Republican, press R. If you're an independent, press I. Liberal, press L. If you press R, hi, you've pressed R. You are a Republican. You have all the time in the world. Please leave your message. If you're an independent, you've pressed I for independent. When you make up your mind, call us back. When you press D for Democrat,
yes,
you've pressed D for Democrat. Thank you for calling.
Ellen in Studio City, you're on KFI at 650. Hello.
Oh, good evening, gentlemen.
Hi.
I must say, Rush, I don't agree with about anything you say, but I want to welcome you to California.
Thank you.
And I hope you're having a good time. I've signed up for your cruise as the token liberal, feminist, and pro-choice person.
Now, when you say you signed up, does that mean you've actually made the final payment?
I'm all paid.
This is incredible. Are you going alone?
Yes, sir.
Are you?
Yes.
Hoping to meet a conservative?
Are you mad at me?
No. I think I like you very much. I don't agree with you, but the way you present, I know you make me angry sometimes, but you have a sense of humor and you're intelligent.
Thank you. Well, see, here's the difference. This is the key, Tom. This is why my show is growing so rapidly.
Why is that?
Even those who disagree like the program.
Is that so?
That's the key. I'm flattered. I'm looking forward to seeing you on board.
Well, Rush, I just wanted to just make one point. I know this is sort of a light moment with you and Tom, so I don't want to get too heavy or argumentative. But I do find, having grown up in a family with a Republican conservative parent and a liberal Democratic parent, that the conservative element in this country seems to be a lot more controlling. They complain constantly about the government getting off our backs, but they don't mind the government being in our bedrooms and other places of the anatomy, which I will not say on the air. And
well, you're close to being half right. I think a lot of people misdefine conservatism when they say conservatives want government out of people's lives. That's not really altogether true. Conservatives do want government to stand up for, say, laws against pornography.
But see, it's Ronald Reagan who said that.
Said what?
Ronald Reagan said that Republicans want to get the government off our backs.
Well, he did. It's absolutely true. I'm saying
no, that's not true.
I might be in disagreement with the president. Fashion that. But I'm telling you that I do think, you see, I think the maintenance of standards vis-a-vis the law, which I think morality is in the law, and the law is the great teacher, and I think that's where the limits on behavior, as far as standards are concerned, have to be defined. And then if you want to go break the law, fine. If you get caught, pay the consequences. And I just think that there needs to be government to enforce those laws if you're going to write them. That's all. But I don't. That's not to say that I don't want to come into your bedroom and tell you what you can and can't do in there.
Well, Russ, I just mean to say that, of course, in an ordered society, there has to be laws. And when you're protecting the rights of individuals, you'll usually have to abridge some other individual's rights because we're so different with different wants. And where you come down on the rights issue, for instance, for me, a woman's right not to have a baby is not to go on with a pregnancy supersedes the right of a fetus to develop. This is just, a different way. I don't think I will never change about this, and I know that Susan Carpenter McMillan and you will probably not change either, but this is a very,
Well, no, but see, the point of the matter is, if you want to talk about abortion, I am certainly pro-life, but because I have a sanctified view of it, but I am not. I think the law should be written. I think that the law has to state what's right and wrong, but I would never force you, even if you were my wife, I would never force you to do anything. I would try to persuade and convince, give it my best shot, and it's your decision.
But, I just want you to understand, Rush, that when you say that the pro-choice people might be upset if a baby, a developing fetus, is saved in the womb, if that mother wants that baby, that's a wonderful thing that science can save.
See, I think this is a horrible thing when you start talking about the quality of life, whether or not it's wanted or not. I'd venture to say most people born in this world weren't wanted when they were conceived, and I don't think it's valid at all, whether a life is wanted or not.
Oh, well, see, this is where we disagree, but I do look forward to meeting you you. And Tom, this has been a lot of fun. I won't hog the air anymore. And have a good time here, Rush. Go out with Tom. You'll have a good time.
There. See? See?
Yes. I think I'm going to invite Tom to come to my hotel suite Friday night and pick up all these chicks.
All I know
is
is,
going to follow me over
from what you described today, what is your cruise going to be like? Let's talk about this for a second. I mean, are we all going to go to bed at 8 o'clock at night on the cruise, get up at 7:30 in the morning, read newspapers?
Tom,
What is this cruise going to be like?
Let me tell you, you're going to like the answer. The last cruise I hosted, we had roundtable discussions that just occurred spontaneously. We're up to 3 and 4 in the morning talking about that.
That's it? That's it?
That's just one of these. But you said 8. I'm dealing with your accusation once again. We're going to go to bed. I'm at the late sitting. It doesn't even start till 8:30.
Oh, man, the man went to the late sitting and he went to bed at 8:30.
No, I did not, Tom. I'm saying it's impossible to go to the late sitting and go to bed at 8 o'clock at the same time. That's what I'm telling you.
That's
No, we have a lot of fun. We have 1,350 people on this
3 or
cruise.
4 in the morning. Now, didn't people go to the casino? Or
Yes.
They did?
Yes.
Did
Not
they
everybody goes to the round table.
Did they go out and have a few drinks and stuff?
Tom, these are well-oiled, well-heeled, freely spending people.
Who don't have any
These
sex.
are Tom.
Oh, they do?
Tom, you know that
But only
sex
with their
scandals are
mistresses.
not reserved for liberal or libertarian sites.
Believe me, I know that. We got to take a break here. We'll continue our final moment with Rush coming up, 6:56.
My cruise is successful by how many of the passengers have sex, probably with other people's passengers.
Right. There you go. 6:56, 4 before 7. Tom Leykis on KFI AM 640.
To advertise in the Pacific Bell Smart Yellow Pages and help increase the visibility of your business, call 1-800-257-2537.
Offer valid October 1st through December 31st, 1990. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited or restricted. Must be 18 or older to enter.
All right. Rush Limbaugh here all week long, 9 to noon, and here for the Meeting of the Mouths on Thursday, and then his big appearance in Long Beach on Friday. Ticket agencies, are they scalping yet, or what's the story?
I think that that hasn't begun yet. I don't think the ticket agencies even got any of these, Tom. I think that's how special these tickets are.
That hot a ticket, huh?
In fact, yes. I don't know if you know this or not. That fire that started the other down at Topanga?
Yes.
That was started by a couple of Rush to Excellence tickets. Spontaneous combustion. They're so...
Joe built this up so much, it's going to build up to a big letdown. My God. The show can't possibly be that good. Is it that good?
Oh, no, but I mean, it's just...
I didn't think so.
What happened, what happened... Now, see, I'm going just the opposite. Nah, it's a horrible show. Now people come, hey, this wasn't so bad.
All right. Good to have you here. Good to see you.
It's fun to be here. Really
Okay.
Is. Thanks for the probe.
He read that right off the card. I like that. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
I enjoy Los Angeles. I enjoy everywhere the show's carried.
Thursday, I know.
What about the other place?
Has a problem with Miami.
Hate Miami, Joe.
Yeah,
Hate it.
there you go.
Despise my Seattle sucks.
Yeah.
You can hear you up in Seattle right now. Terrible.
Rush Limbaugh will be here Thursday for the Meeting of the Mouths. Friday he appears in Long Beach, but there are no tickets, so I bother telling you about it. Joe Crummey is next. We'll be back tomorrow with somebody who says Alfred Kinsey, what was that guy's name? He was a fraud. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm Tom Leykis. It's after 7 o'clock in Los Angeles at KFI Los Angeles. More stimulating talk radio.
Cellular phones, fax machines, etc. Lots of people and businesses have lots of individual phone lines, and that's causing the phone companies to plan another area code split for Southern California. KFI's Jay Lawrence has details now on the change coming for some folks in the 714 area.
Fax lines, cellular lines, telephone population explosion has forced GT and Pacific Bell into splitting 714 into the 909 area code. Pac Bell Vice President Reed Royalty says customers will have 3 proposals to choose from. The one they're recommending is
Orange County would keep area code 714, and we would divide 909 at the boundaries of Orange, Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino County lines.
Royalty says customers will have an opportunity to evaluate all 3 proposals at public meetings scheduled in 6 cities the week of November 26th. The split will happen in January 1993. Reporting from Tustin, Jay Lawrence, KFI News.
November 13th, 1990, Joe Crummey, KFI. Thank you so much for
show tonight. We do it every night here on KFI. It seems like I'm always doing it. Monday through Friday from 7 until 10. Saturdays, due to circumstances beyond my control, from 11 until 2 on the weekends. So, again, thanks for tuning in. Big show? Yes. The answer is yes again. Tonight at 8 o'clock, another episode in Renters Are Scum. I told you before I left on vacation that I was going to go back and try to clean up a mess of this person that lived in my house. And tonight I'm going to let you decide how much money this woman should get back from her damage deposit. That's at 8 o'clock tonight. At 9 o'clock, author Dan Pilla will be my guest. He has written a new book called How to Lick the IRS with a Postage Stamp. We'll talk about beating the IRS at their own game tonight. We'll talk about increasing your refund. We'll talk about preventing audits. We'll talk about preserving your rights. And we'll also talk about how you can save not just money, but save your money at tax time. And if you want to save money at tax time, now is the time to be thinking about it. You got to do it now. April 13th, 15th, 14th, whatever it is, it's too late. So if you want to save money, stay tuned tonight. Author Dan Pilla, my guest, at 9 o'clock tonight. So we had a lot of ground to cover. A moment ago, I mentioned to you that I'm going to give you an opportunity tonight to decide how much money this person should get back. But and that is sort of a theme of the show tonight, because that ties in with my first topic. My first topic is about the Mideast, and it is about a poll that USA Today did yesterday that's been mentioned a lot in the media today, all over the place, on TV. Everybody's talking about the USA Today poll about support for President Bush. We've talked about the Mideast many, many times on this show, like a lot. And what I'm going to do tonight, excuse me, still a little flu action here. What we're going to do tonight is take a Joe Crummey listener poll. We're going to move through a lot of phone calls tonight. I'm going to ask you some questions, and it'll be interesting because I'll ask everybody the same questions. They'll be very simple. First-time callers, this is a good time for you to call this show tonight. I'm not going to beat you up, not going to try to intimidate you, but we're going to take a lot of calls. As a matter of fact, I want to take 100 calls before 8 o'clock. The point is tonight is to take a Joe Crummey poll, because I was looking at this USA Today poll today, and some of the questions were really stupid on it, so I'm going to get down to some of the basics and ask you a couple of questions tonight. So the point of this really isn't to drag this issue through the mud so much, but the point is to find out how you feel about this issue. You know how I feel about our troops in the Mideast. They all go now, tonight, in time to, in time for the evening news. Gone. I'm not going to debate that with you so much now. I want to find out how you feel. The USA Today poll today briefly asked several questions. One, do you approve of how the president is handling the crisis? On August 20th, 82% of us said, yes, we do. Yesterday, only 51% of us said, yes, we do. Do you approve of the recent deployment, i.e. this 100,000 to 200,000 new troops? 51% of us said yes, 38% said no. Here's a funny question. It's not funny, but it's a weird question. Is it very likely U.S. forces will fight Iraq? They combined one here. I don't like this. So I'm going to ask you some real simple questions tonight. I can do this better than USA Today. 81% yesterday said that U.S. combat in Iraq is either somewhat likely or very likely. I don't know how you can combine those two questions. I mean, it's either happening or it's not. I mean, if someone says to me it's somewhat likely, well, I'm thinking, no, it's probably not going to happen. But if it's like very likely, well, then it's like, yeah, it's going to happen.